Let me ask you something you probably haven't been asked in a long time. Who are you? No, not your job title, not your name, your relationship status, or the image you show to the world. I mean, you, the version of you that existed before the world told you who to be, before the pressure, before the pretending, before the masks. What I'm about to share with you in this video is going to help you escape this problem and start creating your desired reality on purpose. But there's something that most people get wrong. There is something that will never let you get what you desire no matter what you try. And here's why. According to Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, the greatest tragedy of human life is not failure, it's not heartbreak, it's not rejection, it's forgetting who you are. Jung believed that every single one of us wears a mask, a carefully crafted version of ourselves that we present to the world. He called this the persona. It's not fake, it's just incomplete. It's the part of us that fits into society, that plays by the rules, that smiles when we're breaking inside, that says yes when we desperately want to say no. But here's the danger. If you wear the mask long enough, you start to believe it is you. You forget where the mask ends and where you begin. And slowly you start trading authenticity for acceptance, peace for performance. And one day you wake up and realize you're living a life that looks good from the outside, but feels hollow on the inside. Now let's go even deeper. Jung said that everything we reject, suppress, or are ashamed of, all of it gets buried in what he called the shadow. Your rage, your vulnerability, your wildness, your truth. You didn't throw it away, you hid it. Because somewhere along the way, you were taught those parts of you were too much, or not enough, or unlovable. But here's the paradox. The parts of yourself you've locked away are often the keys to who you truly are. If you're enjoying this content so far, and you're ready to take your understanding of the laws of the universe to a whole new level and stop living your life on hold, I've got something powerful for you. I've put together a simple step-by-step guide that'll help you apply these principles in your own life starting today. Just head to the link in the description and start your transformation. Now, let's get back to the video. You cannot become whole by only loving the socially acceptable parts of yourself. You become whole by integrating your shadow. You want to know why so many people feel lost? Because they've spent their entire lives becoming who they were told to be, and in the process, buried who they actually are. The tragic truth: you didn't forget yourself on your own. You were conditioned to. Most people didn't grow up being taught how to be themselves. They were taught how to be safe, how to be good, how to be lovable, based on someone else's definition of love. So you adapted. You became quiet when you were naturally loud. You became the helper when you needed help. You became the achiever, the pleaser, the peacemaker, all while burying the real you underneath performance. Jung said, "We all wear a mask, and the day we cannot take it off is the day we become lost to ourselves." Ever wonder why people hit 30, 40, 50 and feel like their entire life is falling apart? That's not a crisis. That's a spiritual awakening. Jung believed the first half of life is about building the ego, the job, the family, the identity. But the second half is about something far more important: individuation, becoming whole, not more of who the world wants you to be, but more of you. That feeling of emptiness you can't shake, that gnawing sensation that something's missing. That's your soul, asking to be remembered. Individuation is the process of becoming who you truly are. It's not about changing, it's about returning to the childlike curiosity you buried, to the boldness you silenced, to the inner truth you abandoned for safety. And it's not easy. It requires confronting the shadow. It demands you shed the persona. It asks you to trade certainty for truth. But when you begin, you stop chasing approval, you stop seeking identity and achievements, and you begin living in alignment with your soul, not society. Let's bring this closer to home. If any of these resonate, you may have drifted from your true self. You feel numb, even in moments that should bring joy. You constantly wonder, is this all there is? You don't even know what you want anymore. You shapeshift depending on who you're with. You feel unseen, even by people closest to you. These aren't flaws, they're signals. Your soul isn't broken, it's buried. Carl Jung didn't just identify the problem, he showed us the path back to wholeness. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens. So how do you remember who you are? Spend time in silence. Your truth speaks softly. Journal with ruthless honesty. Explore your triggers. They point to the shadow. Reconnect with childhood joy. Your truest self was never lost, just forgotten. Create boundaries, and not to push others away, but to make space for yourself. You begin remembering who you are when you stop trying to be who you're not. Here's what Carl Jung understood that most people still don't. The world will constantly try to make you forget who you are. It will reward your mask. It will praise your persona. It will tell you that playing it safe is being mature. But at the end of your life, none of that will matter. What will matter is whether you truly lived, whether you answered the call of your soul, whether you stopped performing and started becoming. Because the biggest tragedy of life isn't losing others, it's losing yourself and never noticing until it's too late. But it's not too late, not yet. So ask yourself, who am I beneath the mask? Are you finally ready to remember?